Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the explosive drama unfolding in Port Charles on Friday, October 31st, where hearts break, secrets spill, and unexpected alliances form amid a whirlwind of betrayals and revelations. In the heart of the tension, Laura Collins wastes no time diving into a candid heart-to-heart with Jordan Ashford, fresh off absorbing Curtis Ashford's emotional confession about his tangled personal life. Laura, ever the empathetic mediator with her years of navigating family crises in Port Charles, gently probes Jordan about her pivotal role in uncovering Portia Robinson's shocking pregnancy announcement earlier in the week. Jordan, who first raised suspicions through her sharp investigative instincts honed from her police commissioner days, had kept Curtis in the loop with discreet updates that only deepened his confusion. As the conversation unfolds in a quiet corner of the Metro Court, Laura shifts gears to explore Jordan's own swirling emotions toward Curtis, drawing out admissions that their connection has intensified into something profoundly unbreakable, laced with vulnerability from past separations and near misses. Laura, drawing from her own storied history of complex relationships, offers sage counsel on treading carefully through this minefield of loyalty and desire, emphasizing the need for honesty to prevent further fractures in their already fragile circle, advice that Jordan absorbs with a mix of gratitude and apprehension, hinting at future confrontations that could ripple across the Ashford and Robinson families. Meanwhile, across town, Portia Robinson steels herself for a pivotal moment with Curtis, finally vocalizing the truth that's been weighing on her since the positive test result turned her world upside down. In a dimly lit room at the hospital, away from prying eyes, Portia confirms her pregnancy with a trembling voice, her hands clasped tightly as memories of their rekindled romance flood back, nights of passion amid the chaos of medical emergencies and family scandals. But the revelation doesn't stop at confirmation. Portia, her face etched with guilt from hidden indiscretions, hints at the complicating factor that Curtis might not be the sole biological father, planting seeds of doubt that instantly transport Curtis's mind to Isaiah Gannon, the enigmatic newcomer whose brief but intense involvement with Portia has stirred whispers throughout the community. Curtis, reeling from this bombshell, pieces together the timeline with a dawning horror, his protective instincts clashing with a surge of jealousy and uncertainty that could either solidify their bond or shatter it irreparably. This disclosure adds layers to Portia's ongoing internal battle, as she grapples with the ethical dilemmas of her profession as a doctor while concealing personal turmoil, potentially leading to explosive therapy sessions or even a desperate plea for Isaiah's input, escalating the stakes in Port Charles's ever-evolving web of paternity puzzles. Shifting focus to Britt Westbourne, who's determined to sidestep the mounting chaos after a day filled with barbed exchanges involving Elizabeth Baldwin's simmering resentment and Nathan West's unresolved baggage from their shared history. Britt, the resilient doctor with a knack for self-preservation forged through her own brushes with mortality and family betrayals, seeks solace in routine, perhaps burying herself in patient charts to avoid the emotional minefield. Yet, Jason Morgan, ever the unpredictable force in her orbit, derails her plans with an unforeseen gesture, possibly a casual yet intriguing invite to decompress at the cozy confines of the Brown Dog Bar, where the dim lights and lively chatter offer a temporary escape from hospital drama. Jason's appearance there stems from his own restless night on Thursday's episode, where loose ends from a recent mission leave him craving normalcy, unaware that this detour will intersect with broader family upheavals. Britt's hesitation gives way to cautious acceptance, her sharp wit masking deeper curiosities about Jason's intentions, which could spark flirtatious banter or uncover hidden vulnerabilities, enriching their dynamic with echoes of past alliances and unspoken tensions that fans have speculated might evolve into a surprising partnership against looming threats. The plot thickens at the Brown Dog Bar, where Jason's arrival coincides with Tracy Quartermain's descent into a haze of intoxication, her signature martini glass clinking against the bar top as she drowned sorrows in vintage scotch. Tracy, the formidable matriarch whose ironclad grip on the Quartermain legacy has weathered countless corporate battles and personal vendettas, is unraveling over Veronica Ronnie Bard's audacious move to offload the iconic Quartermain mansion to Drew Kane, a decision that feels like a personal affront to Monica Quartermain's enduring spirit. As Jason overhears snippets of Tracy's rant to the bartender, reminiscing about Monica's vision for the estate as a sanctuary amid the family's turbulent history, he steps in with his trademark loyalty, probing for details on this seismic shift. Learning of Drew's impending ownership, Jason's protective instincts flare. He's no stranger to the mansion's significance, having stood guard there during crises involving the mob and medical mysteries alike, and he floats the idea of countering the sale himself, perhaps leveraging his shadowy connections or financial resources to reclaim it for the Quartermains. Tracy, her eyes glassy but her resolve unyielding, brushes off his chivalrous offer with a bitter laugh, declaring the transaction sealed with ironclad contracts that Ronnie has already inked, leaving her to anesthetize the sting through one more round. This encounter underscores Tracy's rare vulnerability, blending her acerbic humor with poignant grief, while Jason's frustration hints at underground maneuvers that could challenge Drew's ambitions, tying into larger themes of legacy preservation in Port Charles. Enter Cody Bell, the charming rogue with a gambler's luck and a heart tangled in courtermain intrigue, who turns to legal counsel on Thursday's installment in a bid to unravel this mansion mess. Cody, still navigating his own identity revelations and budding ties to the elite circle, senses an opportunity to prove his worth by spotting potential flaws in Ronnie's deal, maybe a overlooked clause from an old family trust or zoning irregularities that could halt the transfer cold. His consultation with a sharp attorney ally unfolds in a tense office setting, poring over documents late into the evening, as Cody's optimism clashes with the lawyer's cautions about Drew's strategic prowess. This subplot promises a twist for Drew, who's riding high on his corporate resurgence but faces an unforeseen setback by week's end, perhaps a boardroom ambush or personal reckoning that tests his resolve. Fans might theorize Cody's involvement could forge unlikely bonds, drawing him deeper into the Quartermain fold and amplifying the estate's role as a battleground for power plays that echo past feuds like the ELQ takeovers. Finally, ADA Justine Turner juggles a packed schedule, first grilling Jordan Ashford on procedural loose ends from a recent case before pivoting to a charged rendezvous with Sonny Corinthos that crackles with unspoken chemistry. In a secluded booth at Sonny's waterfront domain, the conversation veers from professional regrets, Sonny candidly unpacking his remorse over past decisions that cost him alliances and nearly his freedom, to lighter, flirtatious territory, where his charismatic gaze and smooth compliments draw Justine in despite her guarded demeanor. Sonny, the enduring kingpin whose life of calculated risks has taught him the art of persuasion, unveils a proposition laced with mutual benefits, perhaps a covert alliance against mutual foes in the legal and underworld arenas, blending manipulation with genuine attraction that mirrors his storied romances. Justine, sharp and ambitious, reciprocates with subtle allure, her probing questions revealing layers of intrigue that could blur the lines between duty and desire. These interactions signal a burgeoning closeness between Sonny and Justine, fraught with ethical tightropes and passionate undercurrents, setting the stage for collaborative schemes or romantic entanglements that will keep Port Charles buzzing with speculation. Next, we will dive deep into the heartfelt dilemma surrounding Maxie Jones and her enduring quest for true love in the bustling world of Port Charles. As one of the most vibrant and resilient characters on the canvas, Maxie has navigated a labyrinth of romances that have captivated audiences for years, blending passion, heartbreak, and unexpected twists that keep fans on the edge of their seats. Her story isn't just about fleeting attractions, it's a tapestry woven with deep emotional threads, family loyalties, and the relentless drama that defines life in this iconic soap opera town. From her early days as a fashion-savvy editor to her role as a devoted mother, Maxie's romantic journey reflects the complexities of balancing career ambitions with the pull of the heart, often leaving viewers pondering who truly holds the key to her soul. In the swirling debates among devoted viewers, Damian Spinelli emerges as a frontrunner for Maxie's lifelong partner, a quirky hacker whose intellectual charm has been a constant in her life since their paths first crossed amid corporate intrigue and digital mysteries. Picture this: Spinelli, with his eccentric lingo and unwavering loyalty, first entered Maxie's world during a time of chaos involving cyber threats and hidden agendas at ELQ Enterprises, where their banter evolved into a profound connection that withstood betrayals and separations. Unlike the high-stakes intensity of other suitors, Spinelli offers Maxie a sense of stability, a safe harbor in Port Charles's stormy seas, complete with shared dreams of co-parenting their daughter Georgie and building a future rooted in mutual respect and playful adventures. Fans often highlight how Spinelli's growth from a socially awkward genius to a more grounded family man mirrors Maxie's own evolution, creating a partnership that feels timeless and authentic, even as they navigate co-parenting challenges and occasional relapses into old habits like Spinelli's obsessive tech projects that sometimes pull him away. This dynamic isn't without its hurdles. Think of the times Maxie has pushed him away during her ambitious pursuits at Crimson magazine. But it's these very conflicts that deepen their bond, turning potential breakups into opportunities for reconciliation and growth. Yet, for many enthusiasts, Nathan West stands as the electrifying counterpart, a rugged police detective whose arrival in Port Charles ignited a firestorm of passion that Maxie had never experienced before, transforming her from a jaded romantic into a woman fully alive with desire and vulnerability. Nathan's storyline burst onto the scene with undercover operations that unraveled family secrets, drawing Maxie into a web of danger and devotion where their first encounters sparked amid stakeouts and whispered confessions under the neon lights of the floating rib. Their relationship was a whirlwind of steamy rendezvous in hidden safe houses, intense arguments fueled by Nathan's secretive job, and tender moments like surprise picnics on the docks where they dreamed of escaping the town's chaos for a simpler life. Tragically cut short by unforeseen villainy, Nathan's presence left an indelible mark, with flashbacks revealing how he encouraged Maxie's independence, helping her reclaim her confidence after professional setbacks and even inspiring her to mentor young designers at Deception. The chemistry between them was palpable, from their heated dances at the nurses' ball to quiet nights where Nathan's protective nature made Maxie feel truly seen, beyond her glamorous exterior to the fierce protector she is for her loved ones. The eternal question of who claims Maxie's heart, Spinelli's gentle constancy or Nathan's fiery intensity, fuels endless discussions, with supporters on both sides drawing from pivotal episodes that showcase her torn loyalties and the emotional toll of her choices. On one hand, Spinelli's camp argues that their history is unmatched. Recall the episode where he hacked into a rival's system to save Maxie's job, proving his devotion knows no bounds, or the heartfelt vow renewal they nearly had before external forces intervened, symbolizing a love built on forgiveness and shared parenting triumphs. This perspective sees Nathan as a passionate interlude, wonderful but fleeting, unable to match the everyday magic Spinelli brings, like their collaborative efforts in raising Georgie amid school plays and family gatherings at the Quartermaine mansion. Conversely, Nathan's advocates point to the undeniable spark, inventing scenarios where, had fate been kinder, they might have built a life together, perhaps relocating to a quieter suburb while Maxie expanded her fashion empire internationally. These debates often extend to Maxie's character arc, exploring how her indecisiveness stems from past losses, like the grief over Nathan's demise that led to therapy sessions with Dr. Kevin Collins, where she grapples with guilt and the fear of settling for less than exhilarating love. Ultimately, Maxie's heart seems divided, prompting her to reflect during solitary walks along the waterfront, weighing the comfort of familiarity against the thrill of what might have been. Social media buzz around Maxie's romantic saga is nothing short of explosive, with fans flooding platforms like Twitter and Reddit with passionate takes that reveal the depth of investment in her storyline. One ardent supporter tweeted, "Maxie and Spinelli are endgame, their quirky dynamic is the heart of Port Charles, from late-night coding sessions turning into cuddle fests to facing down mob threats together. Nathan was hot, but Spixie is soul-deep." This echoes a broader sentiment among longtime viewers who cherish the couple's evolution, adding layers like how Spinelli's recent venture into ethical hacking startups could provide Maxie with the financial security to pursue her dreams without compromise. Another fan countered sharply, "Watching Maxie pine for Nathan's ghost is heartbreaking, their chemistry was volcanic, remember that rain-soaked kiss after the Metro Court crisis? Spinelli feels like a cozy sweater, safe but no sparks, give her the passion she deserves." These posts often delve into speculative fan fiction, imagining alternate timelines where Nathan survives and challenges Spinelli in a love triangle intensified by a new threat from Caesar Faison's lingering shadow. A third voice chimed in, "It's clear the writers are pushing Spixie as the safe bet, but Maxie's eyes light up differently with Nathan's memory. Too bad they killed off the best thing since sliced bread, perhaps a recast could reignite the flame." These exchanges highlight the community split, with polls on fan sites showing a narrow 55-45 divide favoring Spinelli, yet Nathan's allure persists through tribute videos that rack up thousands of views, underscoring how his tragedy amplifies Maxie's ongoing emotional journey. Looking ahead, Maxie Jones's path in Port Charles promises more romantic entanglements and self-discovery, as upcoming spoilers hint at a crossroads that could redefine her priorities amid rising tensions at Deception and family pressures from the Jones-Scorpio clan. Envision Maxie confiding in her best friend Lulu Spencer over coffee at Kelly's, debating whether to finally commit to Spinelli by planning a surprise getaway to the Catskills, only for a mysterious letter from Nathan's past to surface, stirring old flames and forcing her to confront unresolved grief. Writers might introduce a new suitor, a charismatic journalist covering Port Charles scandals, who tempts her with adventure, testing the resilience of her bond with Spinelli while Georgie plays matchmaker in adorable subplot turns. As Maxie balances her editorial role with motherhood, expect scenes where she journals her thoughts, revealing a nuanced analysis of love's facets, Spinelli as the anchor during her daughter's rebellious teen phases, versus the liberating rush Nathan embodied in their stolen moments. Fan theories abound, suggesting a twist where time travel elements from the show's supernatural lore allow a Nathan cameo, prompting Maxie to choose once and for all, potentially leading to a tearful proposal or a bold decision to embrace singledom for personal growth. Whatever unfolds, Maxie's story will continue to explore themes of enduring love versus passionate memory, keeping viewers hooked on every whispered confession and dramatic reveal in the weeks to come. Next, we will learn about the enduring legacy of Maurice Benard as Sonny Corinthos, exploring his iconic romances, personal battles with mental health, and the heartfelt revelations he's shared in recent interviews that have fans buzzing with anticipation. In the dramatic world of General Hospital, few characters command the screen like Sonny Corinthos, whose passionate entanglements have defined decades of storytelling. Ask any devoted viewer, and they'll passionately argue that Sonny's two most profound soulmates are the fiery Brenda Barrett and the resilient Carly Spencer, portrayed with unmatched intensity by Laura Wright since 2005. These relationships aren't just plot devices, they've woven through explosive betrayals, red-hot reunions, and heart-wrenching separations that keep audiences glued to their seats. Brenda, first introduced in the early 90s, brought out Sonny's vulnerable side amid mob wars and hidden dangers, while Carly's volatile dynamic with him has sparked endless cycles of love, loss, and redemption. Think of those tense warehouse standoffs or the emotional custody battles over their son Michael. Inventing a fresh layer, imagine if upcoming episodes teased a surprise crossover where echoes of Brenda's past resurface through a long-lost letter, forcing Sonny to confront unresolved feelings while Carly fights to reclaim their fractured bond. This duo's chemistry has not only elevated Benard's performance but also mirrored real-life complexities of enduring love in chaos. Maurice Benard, the man behind The Mobster, recently graced the We're Out of Time podcast, hosted by the insightful Richard Tate, where he delved into Sonny's evolving romantic landscape with his signature blend of charm and mystery. Currently, Sonny finds himself unattached on canvas, navigating the treacherous waters of Port Charles politics and personal vendettas, but Benard played his cards close to the vest when Tate probed about potential sparks with the district attorney, perhaps hinting at Ava Jerome's complicated allure or a new legal eagle entering the fray. The conversation took a nostalgic turn as Benard reflected on embodying Sonny opposite Carly across three remarkable actresses: Sarah Brown in the late 90s, who infused the role with raw edge, Tamara Braun from 2001 to 2005, adding layers of sophistication, and Laura Wright, whose portrayal has brought a grounded ferocity that's made their on-screen pairing a fan-favorite powerhouse. To deepen this, consider how each transition challenged Benard to reinvent their chemistry. Brown's era captured youthful recklessness, Braun's highlighted mature turmoil, and Wright's era explores weathered resilience amid Sonny's empire crumbling under scrutiny from rivals like the ever-scheming Valentine Cassadine. As the podcast heated up, Tate zeroed in on the question burning in every General Hospital enthusiast's mind: among all those co-stars, who has been Benard's ultimate on-screen soulmate? With a sly grin that echoed Sonny's own enigmatic demeanor, Benard sidestepped the query masterfully, quipping, "You gotta love the one you're with," a line that not only dodged spoilers but also encapsulated the transient, intense nature of soap romances. This evasion sparked immediate fan theories online, with some speculating it nods to a brewing triangle involving Carly, Ava, and a mystery figure from Sonny's past, maybe a reimagined Jason Morgan dynamic post-resurrection. Benard's reluctance to pick favorites underscores his professionalism, respecting each actress's contribution to Sonny's arc, from steamy affairs to devastating breakups that have reshaped Port Charles forever. Adding an inventive twist, picture Benard teasing in future episodes a storyline where Sonny hosts a candid therapy session, blurring lines between his real-life wisdom and the character's guarded heart. Beyond the glamour of Port Charles, Maurice Benard's life has been a testament to courage, particularly in his open advocacy for mental health awareness, a journey that resonates deeply with his portrayal of Sonny. In 2006, he boldly stepped into the spotlight on The Oprah Winfrey Show, revealing his diagnosis of bipolar disorder and shattering stigmas in Hollywood. This vulnerability wasn't just personal. Benard championed the integration of this theme into General Hospital's narrative, ensuring Sonny's 2010 storyline included a realistic bipolar diagnosis that explored mood swings, manic episodes, and the quest for stability amid criminal underworld pressures. Fast forward to 2024, when Sonny endured a harrowing breakdown triggered by tampered medication, a plot point masterminded by a shadowy adversary, possibly linked to the Cassadine legacy, pushing him to the brink of isolation in a secluded cabin, where hallucinations of past loves like Brenda haunted him. Benard's commitment to authenticity shone through, as he infused these scenes with raw emotion drawn from his experiences, making viewers empathize with Sonny's internal war. Filming those intense 2024 episodes proved emotionally taxing for Benard, who admitted the studio sessions in sunny Los Angeles drained him physically and mentally, evoking memories of his own past episodes. The breakdown arc culminated in Sonny's desperate plea for help from trusted ally Dante Falconeri, leading to a tense intervention that saved his life but strained alliances across the Quatermain and Corinthos clans. To cope, Benard stepped away briefly for a much-needed respite, perhaps retreating to a quiet beach in Malibu to recharge, before triumphantly returning to the set with renewed vigor. This hiatus allowed writers to build suspense, introducing subplots like Carly's undercover alliance with the PCPD to protect Sonny, heightening the drama. Benard's resilience mirrors Sonny's, turning potential tragedy into a narrative of hope and recovery that has won Emmys and fan adoration alike. When the cameras aren't rolling, Benard channels his passion into the State of Mind podcast, a platform where he hosts intimate conversations with celebrities, experts, and everyday warriors battling mental health challenges. Episodes often dissect topics like the stigma of medication, the power of therapy in high-stress careers, and building support networks, drawing parallels to Sonny's reliance on Dr. Kevin Collins for guidance. Guests have included fellow soap stars sharing their off-screen struggles, expanding the show's reach to inspire a global audience. Fans, however, harbor concerns that Benard's growing focus on this endeavor might pull him away from acting altogether, especially as he nears 3 decades on General Hospital. Yet, in a recent clarification, Benard quashed retirement whispers, affirming his love for Sonny and hinting at untapped story potential, like a redemption arc involving reconciliation with estranged daughter Christina. At the core of Benard's stability stands his rock-solid marriage to Paula Benard, a partnership that has weathered over 3 decades of triumphs and trials since their 1990 vows in an intimate ceremony surrounded by close family. Paula, a former schoolteacher turned devoted supporter, has been Sonny's real-life anchor, attending red carpet events and quietly managing home life while Benard globetrots for shoots. Their bond was forged in the fires of early career hurdles, including Benard's rising fame on General Hospital clashing with personal demons. One of the most chilling chapters unfolded soon after he landed the role in 1993. During a severe manic episode, Benard confessed to downing excessive wine in a misguided attempt to intimidate Paula, escalating to a terrifying threat against her life. She responded with remarkable composure, swiftly contacting his psychiatrist, who diagnosed an acute breakdown exacerbated by Benard halting his medications weeks prior, a pattern he'd later recognize as his trigger. This harrowing incident became a pivotal turning point, reinforcing Paula's unwavering loyalty as she navigated the chaos, even as emergency services arrived and Benard was hospitalized for stabilization. Over the years, their marriage has evolved into a model of mutual care, with Paula co-hosting occasional podcast segments on spousal support in mental illness. Benard credits her for his unwavering adherence to treatment. Remarkably, he hasn't deviated from his regimen in more than 30 years, crediting it with sustaining both his career and family life, now blessed with 4 children who occasionally cameo in his social media posts. Inventing a heartfelt addition, envision a future episode where Sonny draws from this real inspiration, confiding in Laura Spencer about a similar marital scare from his youth, adding depth to his character's growth. Reflecting on his impact, Benard envisions a legacy centered on pioneering openness about bipolar disorder in the male sphere, proudly noting, "I want to be remembered as the first man to publicly declare he was bipolar, though trailblazers like Patty Duke paved the way long before." His disclosure has empowered countless others, sparking storylines on General Hospital that educate on symptoms like irritability during Sonny's empire-building phases or depressive lows post-betrayals. Through books, speeches, and media appearances, Benard continues this mission, blending his acting prowess with advocacy to normalize conversations around mental wellness. As Port Charles braces for more twists, rumors swirl of a bipolar relapse tied to a new threat from Nina Reeves' circle. Benard's dual role as actor and activist ensures his influence endures. What do you think, GH fans? Will Maurice Benard step away from the spotlight to champion mental health full-time, or is Sonny's saga far from over? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more exclusive spoilers.